So you right now are doing a mixture, right, of kind of like ketosis,
Right.
plus if it fits your macros,
Right,
slash
right.
flexible diet.
Yeah. I would lean more in the direction of flexible dieting. For whatever reason, IIFYM, or if it fits your macros, does seem to have a bit of a negative connotation sometimes. Flexible dieting means only that you're aware of the macronutrients and the micronutrients. Exactly. So let's say you have a caloric restriction for the day. I myself like to eat around 2,500 calories. So within those 2,500 calories, I need to be able to hit my numbers exactly, which means I know how much protein, how much fat, how much carbohydrates, and depending on the day, I will observe my fiber just to make sure it's not too low. And within that, not just caloric density of your food is important. You'll also find out that the kinds of food that you eat will often come more and more frequent. So let's say if I'm eating low carbohydrate for the most of the time, there's gonna be 2-3 days where I eat the same meal for lunchtime, for dinner time. So then you get into a rhythm of knowing how to track your food from your eye, from being able to gauge it instead of saying, I gotta get my food scale right now, I can't eat right now. Or like I just did with my phone, scan the barcode when you need to.
Yeah.
You know, it gets a little redundant if every single meal is the same. So flexible dieting allows you to have more variety. As long as you're adhering to your caloric restrictions for the day, you shouldn't have a problem fitting in a bunch of different kinds of food.
For people looking and listening, let's say on average, a 185-pound guy, how does he, or a 200-pound guy, whichever, how does he figure this out so they can get into flexible dieting?
Now, the surefire way to be able to generalize would just be to say, start out with how much you weigh. Say, let's say it's 185 pounds. Then say roughly about a pound to 0.7 grams of protein per pound, I should say. Some people do a full pound per gram. Some people do a little bit more. Science has recently said that as low as 0.7 is optimal. So from there, you can calculate what your protein requirements are going to be. The rest of it should be filled with what is the most amount of carbohydrates that you can take in without putting on body fat. So while there are some people that have a specific ratio or they have an equation that says, if you weigh this, eat this, my best bet as a trainer with experience is take 3 consecutive days, track everything that you're eating, and give me those numbers. So now we have data. Now we have a pool that we can start with. That would be your maintenance calories. Now from there, you can tailor it to create a calorie deficit if you want to lose some weight, or if you're a hard gainer, let's say you're having a hard time in the gym with energy, you're not putting on mass, we can create a surplus and add calories to that.